Dabo Swinney will go down as one of the greatest head college football coaches of all time. Cry about it. What is up, everybody? It is your boy, Pigskin Pete. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. I do these college football videos year-round. There is no off-season for Pigskin Pete. Let's get right into the subject matter for this evening. I believe that Dabo Swinney, the head coach of the Clemson Tigers, is going to eventually go down in history as one of the greatest college football coaches of all time. Now, there are a lot of people out there, and by a lot, I mean a massive amount of people who don't like Dabo Swinney. The main reason is because people hate on winning. They hate on winners. You see this throughout life, not just football. The guy that lives next to you, who's got a nicer car than you, who's got a bigger house than you, all of a sudden you hate on him. The fact of the matter is that what Dabo Swinney has done at Clemson is nothing short of amazing. I always say there are two types of people in life. There are winners and there are losers that hate on winners. And Dabo Swinney is indeed a winner. Now let's explore some of the reasons that people would say that Dabo Swinney is not possibly one of the greatest college football head coaches of all time. Reason number one, well, he's been a coach in the ACC. Well, if you look back, when Dabo Swinney was hired, the ACC was dominated by a juggernaut powerhouse in all of college football, the Florida State Seminoles. Clemson was a mediocre program at best, flopping around in the ACC at 6, 7, 8 wins a year. Hadn't won the ACC in 20 years. Hadn't had a top 10 recruiting class since people were wearing tie-dyed shirts to Jerry Garcia concerts. Hell, they even took themselves from a noun to a verb, from Clemson to Clemsoning. And the first few years that Dabo Swinney was at Clemson, they were like a roller coaster. They went up to 9 wins, down to 6 wins. But after those first 2 or 3 years, recruiting started to pick up. The winning percentage started to pick up. And for the first time in 30 or so years, people started to take Clemson seriously. Now, one of the biggest criticisms I hear about Dabo Swinney is that, well, he's got Brent Venables. If it weren't for Brent Venables, Clemson wouldn't be Clemson. Let me ask you a question. Who hired Brent Venables? Was it Dabo Swinney? Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir. Was it Dabo Swinney that hired from within when Chad Morris left and went to SMU after everybody said that the offense would completely fall apart because Chad Morris had this innovative offense, and that's the only reason that Taj Boyd and these guys at Clemson look so good was because of Chad Morris? Was it Dabo Swinney that hired from within and developed these coaches? Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir. Was it Dabo Swinney that took a mediocre program for 30 years and turned it into the standard in college football? The top of the mountain. A destination program for any player in America. Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir. Is Dabo Swinney the only coach over the past 12 years or so, 12 or 13 years, who has beaten Nick Saban not only once, but twice to win national championships? Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir. No, I get it. People don't like Dabo Swinney's personality. They don't like his attitude. They don't like the fact that he's a country boy. They don't like the fact that he's a Christian. There's a lot of things. People say he's a crybaby, right? Because he defends his team like any great coach would do. So there's a lot of reasons people don't like Dabo Swinney. I'm going to go ahead and tell you this right now with 100% conviction. I would not trade Dabo Swinney as the head coach of my favorite college football team than Dabo Swinney. I wouldn't trade him for anybody. I wouldn't trade him for Nick Saban. Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't trade him for the best coach of all time, Pete? Of course you would. You sound like an idiot right now. I wouldn't trade Dabo Swinney for Nick Saban in 2021. I might have traded Dabo Swinney for Nick Saban maybe in 2008. 2021 is a different story. Dabo Swinney is only 50 years old. He's a young guy. He's got another 20 years at least coaching at a high level in college football. He's got the cachet. He can recruit anybody he wants to recruit. Nick Saban, God love him. I love him. Okay, I love Nick Saban. I think he's great. Well, he's obviously great, but I like him as a person too. But Nick Saban is not. He's not exactly the fountain of youth. If you know what I'm saying. So in 2021, I wouldn't trade anybody, nobody, for Dabo Swinney. And if you're a fan of another team out there, especially one of these teams that's, chasing Clemson and Alabama, whether you're a Georgia fan, a Florida fan, an LSU fan, an Ohio State fan, an Oklahoma fan, an Oregon fan, God forbid you're a Michigan fan, that's miserable to begin with. But let's say you're Penn State, you name it. Well, just name the top 15 programs in America. If you're going to sit here and tell me with a straight face that you wouldn't trade your current head coach for Dabo Swinney, if you're not an Alabama fan, you're a liar. You're a liar. So like I said at the beginning of the video, Dabo Swinney will go down as one of the greatest head college football coaches of all time. You can either accept it or you can cry about it. Pigskin Pete is checking out.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.